To say that Baobabs Mausoleum is hard to pin down is a gigantic understatement. On the surface, it looks like a standard issue throwback adventure game with 8-bit graphics and a chain-smoking hero. But that's maybe 10% of what the first chapter in this episodic series offers, because it's also a turn-based role-playing game, a first-person shooter, a point-and-click adventure, and even a driving game. And if you think that's strange, just wait until you get a load of the twisted story. This first episode, confusingly titled Ovnifagos Don't Eat Flamingos, introduces us to FBI agent Patricio Walpurgis, an eggplant of a man who finds himself stuck in a small town after his car breaks down. It doesn't take our hero long to realize that Flamingos Creek isn't like most small towns, and he's gonna spend the rest of his day scrambling to find a way out. It's a classic horror setup that could have gone any number of directions, but I guarantee you won't guess what happens next. Without giving too much away, a lot of this game revolves around looking for items and solving straightforward puzzles. This basic premise persists even when the game insists on jumping from one genre to the next, which is one of the reasons why all of these disparate pieces manage to come together in a cohesive way. Every item you collect will not only bring you one step closer to escaping Flamingos Creek, but also introduce a new wrinkle to the mystery. And don't expect to get a lot of closure in this first episode, because this 90-minute debut is a lot more interested in asking questions than answering them. So is it that the developers are making it up as they go along, or will these seemingly random story beats eventually add up to something incredible? The truth is, it doesn't matter. Even if this series turns out to be complete nonsense, the fun is in the ride it takes you on. It's the kind of game that isn't afraid to make sweeping changes every 10 minutes, which fosters a real sense of unpredictability. And assuming that the subsequent episodes are anything like this debut, then there's a real chance it could tackle just about every genre by the time it's done. It wouldn't surprise me to see fighting games, Tetris clones, and even the rhythm genre worked into the mix. I came away with the sense that just about anything could happen going forward, and that's an exciting feeling. The good news is that the surreal tone and oddball characters don't overshadow the gameplay. While simple, Baobabs Mausoleum handles well, and I didn't have any problems jumping from one type of game to another. In fact, the only real issue that I had with the control was that I couldn't invert the camera during the first-person sections. But since there isn't any shooting, this ended up being more of a minor inconvenience than a big deal. What I like is that you can use a traditional gamepad, which makes Baobabs Mausoleum feel even more like an old-school 8-bit game. Coming in at around an hour and a half, this first episode covers a lot of ground and leaves a lasting impression. It's wonderfully weird and expertly paced, rarely getting bogged down in one location for too long. The puzzles are a little simple and it asks more questions than it answers, but it's an absolutely crazy roller coaster ride filled with genre hopping and oddball characters. And while I can't say that I understand everything that's going on, I can't wait to play the next episode of Baobabs Mausoleum. Hey, thanks for watching our review. So here's the question of the day. Do you still get excited for episodic games? Did you ever? I used to be a big fan of playing those Telltale episodes every month, but then I got behind and now I tend to just binge all of the episodes at once. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. We may be at the end of the week, but we still have one more review ready to go live. Expect our take on Air Mission's Hind later today, followed by Sundered, Avon Colony, Yonder, and Infinite Mini Golf next week. I have a lot to say about all of those games, so do me a favor and click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.